All right, party people, I think we might be finishing it up. All right, this might be the final video. Hopefully, hopefully this is the final one. We've been we've done a lot of videos. Not even sure which one this is. It might be number 9. I think this is number 9. Um, I was in my head before I started this, and I'm like, Father, they've been doing this for the past 2 years, knocking on my door, trying to feed me with flesh and blood. These churches that think they're doing the will of God, they're doing the will of their God. They're not doing the will of the true and living God. Although the true and living God can use some of what they're doing for righteousness, like these charities giving out food and or toiletries and or helping with rent payments and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he can utilize that to help his servants. Okay? But his servants, those of us who are actually obedient and faithful, we refrain from all of their abominations that they try to give to us. Okay? They act and pretend like it's righteous, knocking on our door trying to feed us Arby's. I don't accept it. See, ever since they started doing this, I had already given up the animal's flesh. I gave up the animal's flesh in 2019. They didn't start knocking on my door trying to give Arby's and any other kind of flesh and blood till about 2 years ago or so. So I had been flesh and blood free for a while. They trying to like get me back in that transgression. No, sir, no, ma'am, you cannot have me. I belong to the true and living God. And I've been proving it by my actions. Yes, I smoke cigarettes. That's a flaw of the flesh. It's not a flaw against the spirit. Okay? I'm polluting my fleshly body. I'm not polluting the spirit. I'm not polluting my heart condition. I'm not polluting my mentality. This is not even a real cigarette. I don't have any tubes. So I'm having to make a makeshift cigarette, rolling it up in a paper and using a pre-smoked butt. I'm constantly suffering, lacking many things that I want and need. If I was about money, I would obtain money. I would be doing what it takes to get money. But that's not what my heart is after. That's not what my mentality is after. So it does not matter how people want to perceive me. It don't matter how you want to perceive me whatsoever. The only thing that matters is that I continue to be obedient and give you this living word by the way of the Spirit. Yeah, I got to keep lighting this thing because it keeps going out. And I don't even have many papers. I'm out of herb. I am not happy in my physical mortality. Alright? The only thing that makes me happy is flowing by way of the Spirit, regardless of my physical suffering. Now, we're going to start right here. Because you see, people, you didn't have no problem, you evangelical Christians, helping out the counterfeit. All of this time, you've been supporting the counterfeit. But you can clearly see by their actions that they are not righteous. You can clearly see by their actions that they don't have the fruits of the Spirit. They don't operate out of divine love, compassion, kindness, mercy, empathy, generosity, purity, chastity. Tel Aviv is the capital of sodomy. That's an abomination. So why are you so complacent supporting these counterfeit? This is a counterfeit. So how much money does the U.S. give? In 2020, the United States gave $3.8 billion in aid to that created state of Israel. It was part of a long-term yearly commitment made under the Obama administration. Okay? So Obama ain't us. Quit using him as an excuse saying, well, we gave you a black president. He ain't of us. Okay? He is not of us. He don't represent us. He is of the serpent seed bloodline. So it doesn't matter what you look like on the outer package. Okay? It is about the fruit of the Spirit. Almost all of this aid was for military assistance. Now, the true people ain't got no might in our hands. We don't have a military. We have no physical might in our hands to protect us from all the hell and destruction that has come upon us and that's still continuously upon us. We got no physical might in our hands to overturn this abominable economic system. We are enslaved to the economic system, being forced to pay our enemies money on a continual basis. All right? So this support came as part of an agreement signed by former President Barack Obama in 2016 for an overall package of $38 billion, $26.8 billion in military aid over the decade of 2017 through 2028. Okay, so they're still funding them. Okay, it's 2025 right now, so they are still being funded. Okay. This represents an increase of about 6% adjusted for inflation over the spending commitment for the previous decade. Sorry about that. So you can see the source here, BBC, all right? Inside the evangelical money flowing into the West Bank, okay? Christian groups have invested up to $65 million in projects in the quote-unquote biblical heartland. That is not the biblical heartland. All right? No, it's not. But however, that doesn't include services they provide free of charge. All right? Like volunteer laborers. All right, America is the true biblical land and is where the seed of Israel is held captive. Okay? 38 billion. All right, 2021. All right, you see all of this? What country receives the most United States aid? Does America sell arms to Israel? Israel is one of the United States' largest arms importers. In the past decade, the United States has sold Israel, that created state of Israel, $7.2 billion in weaponry and military equipment. $762 million through direct commercial sales. All right, more than $6.5 billion through the foreign military sales. All right, arms transfer All right, U.S. armed transfer and security assistance to that created state. All right, scriptures declare that true Israel has no might in our hands. All right, Deuteronomy 28:32. Because understand what happened. All right, this was the curses of our disobedience. Okay, all of this happened to us. All right, our sons and daughters were given to another nation, so we were given as children. Okay, and this has been generations of this to where we lost our memory. We lost who we were because we were initially taken as children from our parents and given to other nations, given to the Indo-Europeans to raise Christian. Okay? And for generations, we were taught according to another nation. Okay? We were indoctrinated according to the ways of this other nation who invaded our lands. Okay? This is a quote unquote Christian nation because of colonization. All right? And the indigenous people who consider themselves to be African Americans or black people, they are Christians because of the initial sins of colonization. All right? We were forced to become Christians by way of the sword. Okay? And we were raised this way, taught this way, indoctrinated this way for generations, for centuries. Okay? So, we have no might in our hands. Okay? The only might we have in our hands now is spiritual might. For we have been given the spiritual clarity and understanding to know who we are. All right? We have been given mental power. All right? To know who we are. You cannot continuously enslave someone that knows who they are. Okay? Nevertheless, we are still in this physical captivity because we are still physically forced to pay money to those who set themselves in authority upon our land over us. All right? A people you do not know will eat the produce of your land and all your toil, okay? All of our labor. They forced us to labor for them, all right? And all of our days has been oppressed and crushed, okay? But now your time's up. I already went over that yesterday, showing you that time's up for forcing us to labor for you, okay? No more shall you serve yourselves off of us. All right? So we have no might in our hands physically. All right? Funny how scriptures declare that true Israel would not be cared about nor supported. All right? Let's go to Jeremiah 15:5. So you're showing pity and compassion on counterfeit Israel, that created state, okay? All right? This was our judgment that continued upon us for a long time, for a long continuance, okay? Long continuance. Who has had pity upon us, O Jerusalem? Who has mourned for us? Who has turned aside to ask about our welfare? See, this was because we had forsaken our God. But now we are back reconciled to our God spiritually and mentally. Okay? This is regardless of what you want to believe. Okay? We're instructed to speak this living word unto you, whether you accept it or not. You had your time to do all of this hell unto us and ignore us while you support these people. the counterfeit. Okay? Isaiah 42:22. See, the counterfeit was not done this way. All right? And the counterfeit has never been deaf. Okay? They didn't forget who they were. Okay? They know who they are. And all those who call themselves Jewish to this day, they've been taught all their life who they are. Okay? All my life, I've been taught that I'm an African American, that I was brought over here to the Americas on slave ships from Africa. Okay? So all my life, I didn't know who the hell I was. So clearly those who know who they are, and they're saying that they're Jewish, and that they're of the tribe of Levi, and this and this and that, they are ignorant. They have been handed down lies by their forefathers. Okay? And many of them do not want to accept this reproof via the spirit of truth. They are not the true people of the true and living God. They are a counterfeit. Now, that does not mean that they cannot join onto us, cleaving, all right? But there's a certain way that they have to come, all right? They can't come acting like they're going to be teaching us our records. No. It's our records. This is our ancestral land. We are the true biblical people. We are the true covenant people. And as long as you continue to ignore us, you don't serve our God. Get it? Got it? Good. Okay? This is a people plundered and looted. We have been trapped in holes and imprisoned in prison houses. Okay? We're the number one in the prisons. All right? They have become plunder with no one to rescue us. And loot with no one to say, restore them. Okay? This is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes and hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. We are the only people that have never been restored as a people. Yet these people are constantly supported. So how are they the biblical people? How can they be the people when they don't line up to any of these prophecies? They have given away 146 billion, more than given to any other state. Yes, the United States give billions to this counterfeit state of Israel every single year, while they are holding us, the true people of the covenant, as perpetual prisoners of war. Okay? Now, this is from the Zohar. All right? The Holy One, blessed be He, will do likewise. Whenever the congregation of Israel was in exile, when the time came, she returned and came before the king. But in this exile, the Holy One, blessed be He, Himself will hold her hands, raise her, reconcile Himself to her, and bring her to His palace. Come and see. It is indeed so as written, the Virgin of Israel is fallen. She shall no more rise by herself. There ain't no might in our hands. So when you tell us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, earn money for a living, there ain't no way to get out of economic slavery that way. That's nothing more than gaslighting. And the scriptures tell us that we will not be able to get ourselves up out of this final captivity. That is going to be our God that's going to deliver us out of this final captivity. And I'm going to prove to you how our God is going to deliver us out of this captivity. Therefore it is written, on that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. All right, this connects to Amos 9:11. The restoration of Israel. See, there's a reason that we have been denied reparations all of this time. That's because we the people of the book. Okay? The restoration of Israel. In that day, I will restore the fallen tent of David. I will repair its gaps, restore its ruins, and rebuild it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the nations that bear his holy name. Now, if you individual people out of all nations actually bear the name of the true and living God, then you will be operating within the holy attributes of the true and living God. That be divine love, compassion, kindness, mercy, empathy, generosity, chastity, purity, if you're not married. Okay? Those are the individual people out of the nations who are his portion. Okay? This is what declares eternal benevolence who will do this. All right? This even connects to Acts 15:16. After this I will return and build the fallen tent of David. Its ruins I will rebuild, and I will restore it. Why are you trying to enforce me to earn money for a living? I can never get myself up out of this captivity that way. No, I have to be obedient to what has been inscribed upon my spirit. Okay? And that's exactly what I have been doing. So that the remnant of men may seek the Lord. We're here to help you. You need the spiritual clarity and understanding. That's what we're here to freely give unto you. For those of you that are seeking our God. But those of you that think you already know our God, think you already serve our God, but you are not operating in the attributes of divine love, compassion, kindness, mercy, empathy, generosity, purity, chastity, and you keep ignoring his covenant obedient remnant who are keeping these attributes, you are not serving our God. You do not know our God. Okay? We're here for those who truly want to know the true and living God. Okay? And all the Gentiles who are called by his name. All right? If you are an Indo-European and you are actually called by his name, then you will have divine love within your heart. You will have compassion, kindness, mercy, empathy, generosity. You will not be engaging in sexual immorality. Okay, you will be pure before the eyes of eternal benevolence. You will be aware of the ever presence of benevolence, and you will not want to do anything that will grieve the presence of eternal benevolence. And you will be helping his obedient covenant remnant. Because to not assist us is to grieve eternal benevolence. Okay? And I think we're going to get into that. Yeah, we're going to get into that. All right, now. All right. She will no more rise as in other times. Okay? So it's not going to be like another nation that's going to get us out of this captivity. Okay? Because there has been other times before, like the Babylonian captivity, different captivities that we were in, where he was able to use other nations to free us from captivity. That's not how he's going to do that this time. Okay? Because he told us that no man is going to deliver us. Therefore, he's not going to use any particular nation to deliver us. Okay? He himself is going to deliver us. And the way he's going to do this is via benevolence, okay? Because that's our God. Our God is benevolence, okay? Is going to be the benevolent attributes of all individual people that he allowed to become prosperous, okay? This is how he's going to do it, and I'm going to prove it to you via the scriptures, okay? She will no more rise as in other times. This is going to be completely different. Okay? This is why it's going to be much greater than the first Egypt. Okay? Because the first Egypt, he himself is the one that delivered us via his servant Moses. Okay? And when we came out of Egypt, we came out with great substance. The Egyptians were throwing everything unto us. They were given unto us all the possessions, all the material wealth, and all of these things. Well, it's not just going to be it's not going to be those here in America that's going to be giving all of these abundant blessings unto us. No, these abundant blessings is going to be coming from all over the earth. Okay? This is going to be magnificent. Okay? So we're not going to rise up as other times, all right? But I shall rise her, all right? She will not rise of herself, okay? This is why it is written, on that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. I will raise up the tabernacle of David. What is the tabernacle of David? It is the virgin of Israel that is fallen, as in the words is fallen. Okay? We have been fallen. Okay? We were ruined. Okay? Now the virgin is the tender-hearted vessels of mercy that went through this great destruction, and we have come out refined. Okay? We've come out with our whole heart, mind, and soul lined up to eternal benevolence. Okay? We reverence eternal benevolence. And it's only very few of us. We are without blood guilt. We don't carry man-made mortal weapons. We don't do things to others that which we would not want done unto ourselves. It includes the animals. We treat everybody, including the animals, the way we want to be treated. We do for others that which we will want done unto ourselves, okay? We do for others that which we will want done for ourselves, okay? That's how we live our life. All right? It is to the glory of the Virgin of Israel, and to her praise that she will no more rise of herself, but the Holy One, blessed be he will raise her. I have learned this at this time. Okay? All right. Surely you have persuaded me, and it agrees with me. This is the explanation of this matter. This agrees with another explanation, which I have heard but forgotten. But now I have regained it. Okay? We lost our heritage. We lost knowledge of who we were. We lost knowledge of where our lands were. And all of our life, we were taught that our land is somewhere in Africa. Okay? We were lied to by our enemies, those who set themselves in authority. Okay? We learned what Rabbi Yoshi said, that the Holy One, blessed be he, will proclaim about the congregation of Israel, saying, shake yourself from the dust, arise, and sit down, O Jerusalem. This connects to Isaiah. Is this Isaiah? Yes, I think this is Isaiah 52:2. Let's see. Yep, Isaiah 52:2. Deliverance for Jerusalem. Okay? You think you're going to keep us in this captivity, and you are sadly mistaken. Okay? We're instructed to go forth in much boldness and give you this living word by the way of the Spirit. Okay? We are the spiritual people whom he resurrected within the land of our captivity. Okay? Awake, awake, clothe yourself with strength, O Zion. Put on your garments of splendor, O Jerusalem, holy city. For the uncircumcised and unclean will no longer enter you. Okay? All you nations that's upon our land, uncircumcised in heart, and you're unclean in your mentality, okay? You're about to be swept up off our lands, okay? We are to shake off the dust, rise up and sit on our throne, O Jerusalem. Remove the chains from your neck, O captive daughter of Zion. For this is what the true and living God says. You were sold for nothing, and without money, you will be redeemed. That means we don't have to put in our time, energy, and effort earning money. Okay? I ain't here to earn money. No, sir, no, ma'am. Okay? I don't have to put in my time, energy, and effort earning your God. Okay? Let me see something right quick. Go here. Make this easy. Alright. Okay. Without having to pay. Alright? I don't have to pay my enemies no longer. Okay? I don't have to earn money. I don't have to earn money. Okay? I still have to pay them, but it's going to be provided for us. Alright? Understand how this is going to work. I think this is Matthew chapter 6. Alright, and you got to understand how the scriptures were written, because they be trying to hide shit, okay? Giving to the needy, alright? Need to understand. Do not worry. We're not to worry, okay? See? Therefore, do not worry, saying, what shall we eat? What shall we drink? What shall we wear? How we going to pay this? How we going to pay that? For the Gentiles strive after all these things. This is what their heart was after. This is what their mentality was after. Okay? And our God knows that we have need of all of these things. Okay? But I sought first the kingdom of the true and living God and his righteousness. Now, all of these things is going to be supplied unto me. Okay? It's all going to be supplied unto me. Alright? So I don't have to earn money for a living. Alright? And I only have to continuously pay my enemies for the duration of the rest of the remnants of this system. Alright? Until the system is destroyed. This is an option for the nations to begin to cleave unto the obedient covenant remnant. Okay? How you cleave? You will provide to us what's necessary in order for us to pay our enemies, while we flow by way of the Spirit, giving you all this clarity and understanding. Okay? Alright, so I'm not going to get into all of that. For you know that it was not with perishable things such as silver or gold that you were redeemed from the empty way of life you inherited from your forefathers. Alright, and it's not the precious blood of Christ. See, they corrupted our scriptures. This is not how we are going to be redeemed. It ain't by the blood of Christ that we're gonna be redeemed. No, it's by real divine love. It's by real compassion, real kindness, real mercy, real empathy. Okay? Generosity of those who are able to reap the prosperous blessings of this land. In much wickedness they obtained their prosperity. So now in much righteousness they must begin to repair the obedient covenant remnant. That's why you need us. Because those of you if you ain't got his spirit, okay, you will read this scripture and you will truly believe that it's the blood of Christ that's redeeming you from your sin. No, sir, no, ma'am. You must overturn your own transgression. And if you are prosperous upon these lands, the only way that you can actually become righteous is to begin to relieve our suffering. Okay? Cleave unto his obedient covenant remnant. Alright? They corrupted the hell out of our scriptures. Alright? Now, shake yourself from the dust. Arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. We no longer have to earn money for a living. Okay? Namely, like one holding his friend's hand, saying, shake yourself and rise. So will the Holy One, blessed be he, hold her and say, shake yourself and arise. Okay? We are to speak this living word with boldness. Okay? Now, because he allowed you nations to come over here and do all your wickedness unto us and pile up all your atrocities and all of these things, and now that we've been awakened within the land of our captivity and we're instructed to speak this living word unto you, understand what time you're living in. This is second Ezra chapter 15. Check my time real quick. And give me one moment. You can read over it. I'll be right back because I got to use the restroom. No, it's not my opinion. So I'm instructed to show you how it ain't his blood that's covering your sin, people. Okay? Alright, Jesus was teaching his disciples in the outer court of the temple, and one of them said unto him, Master, it is said by the priests that without shedding of blood there is no remission. Can then the blood offering of the law take away sin? The Messiah answered, no blood offering of beast or bird or man can take away sin. Okay? For how can the conscience be purged from sin by the shedding of innocent blood? No, it only increases the condemnation. If his blood really covered the sins of all of humanity, then there would be no sin in the world. But ironically, once he was murdered, sin just went rampant upon the earth. Today, I mean, it's so prevalent, they don't even try to hide it no more. Okay? Everything is immoral and is imposed upon the covenant holy people. Is it not written in the prophets? Put your blood sacrifices to your burnt offerings and away with them, and cease you from the eating of flesh? How come it's so prevalent, the eating of flesh and blood? All over the place. There's restaurants all over the place selling the dead carcasses of innocent animals that were tortured and murdered in slaughterhouses. For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them, when I brought them out of Egypt concerning these things. But this thing I commanded, saying, obey my voice. Keep the eternal law of love. Walk in the ways that I have instructed you. Divine love. Compassion, kindness, mercy, empathy, generosity, purity, chastity, if you're not married. And then you shall be my people, and it shall be well with you. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear. And what does the Eternal command you but to do justice? You want to believe that his blood is covering your sin so that you don't have to give us justice, so that you don't have to show any kind of love to us, so that you don't have to show any kind of compassion to us. You don't have to show any kind of empathy, mercy, kindness, goodness. None of these things do you actually have to show and demonstrate by your actions unto us. That's why you want to hold on to that erroneous blood sacrifice. You are to love mercy. You are to walk humbly with the ever presence of benevolence. Is it not written in the beginning that the Most High God ordained the fruits of the trees and the seeds and the herbs to be food for all flesh? Quit teaching that it's okay to eat the dead bodies of innocent animals that brutally lost their life. But they have made the house of prayer a den of thieves. All your churches with your pulpit pimping pastors is nothing but a den of thieves. And for the pure oblation with incense, they have polluted my altars with blood, and they have eaten the flesh of the slain. You're doing it unto this day when you put animals on a barbecue pit. I say unto you, shed no innocent blood, nor eat flesh. Walk uprightly. Love mercy. Do justly. You're not doing justly by us by continuously ignoring us. If you do these things, your days will be long in a land. Okay? The corn that groweth from the earth with the other grain, is it not transmuted by the Spirit into my flesh? The grapes of the vineyard with the other fruit, are they not transmuted by the Spirit into my blood? Let these with your bodies and souls be your memorial to the Eternal. In these is the presence of the true and living God manifest as the substance and as the life of the world. Of these shall you eat and drink for the remission of sins. Okay? Also, you got to be obedient. Don't forget that you are to walk uprightly. You are to be keeping that eternal law of divine love. You are to be loving mercy. You are to be doing justly. You are to be eating nothing but the fruits and seeds and herbs of the land, okay? That grows, all right? Not flesh and blood, okay? So you are to eat and drink for the remission of sins, okay? Partake of all of these things for the remission of sins and for eternal life to all who obey my words. He said, my sheep hear my voice and they follow. So I am not giving you my words, okay? This is not my opinion, okay? You are not saved by the blood of Jesus, all right? Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written on paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. All right, this is the unbelief, okay? You don't want to believe what we are instructed to speak unto you. The state of being unwilling or unable to believe something. This why it don't matter what the hell you choose to believe. Okay? It don't matter. Incredulity. All right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you disbelieve us. It doesn't matter that you doubting us. It doesn't matter that you don't trust us. It doesn't matter that you're suspicious of us, that you're questioning us. It doesn't matter that you get cynicism. It doesn't matter that you get skepticism. It doesn't matter that you get wariness and all of these things, okay? It don't matter, okay? Look. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the unbelief, the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Okay? I am not to be concerned with your unbelief. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will allow plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Okay? Your hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. See, you wanna freaking demonize me for being a complainer, but I am just of heart. I have a right to complain about oppression and tyranny. I have a right to complain about you oppressing me. Okay? And therefore, said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. You're literally strong-arming my people to participate in selfish ambition in order so that they can sustain their life in their own ancestral land. They're being led as a flock to the slaughter because it certainly matters how they're getting their money in order to sustain their fleshly body. I will not suffer them to dwell now in the land of Egypt. This is an Egyptian captivity. I keep telling you that. That's why it's on your money. Both captivities, okay? Both captivities of Egypt, the first and the last. Okay? I will bring them again with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm. And Egypt will be smited with plagues as before. And it will be destroyed. Okay? Yes. The land that there's parts of the land that is going to be destroyed. Okay? But not the land itself. It's the people of the land. Okay? And parts of the land. There is parts of the land that's going to be dealt with. Okay? I'm not saying that the land itself, none of the land is going to be touched. Okay? Because yes, there's part of the land that's going to be touched. Alright? Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with a plague and punishment that the Most High is going to allow to come upon it. Okay? They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Aren't people seeing a fearful constellation? Alright? Yeah, they're seeing, let me see if I can find anything about this. Alright, I don't really want to go to Facebook. This is on Facebook, but it's, let's see, 2025, let me see. What are these orbs that I keep seeing? Okay. Red light orb spotted nationwide. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, so people are seeing this, okay? This is the fearful constellation that the scripture is speaking about. Alright, that red orb, okay? Red orb spotted off our coast, okay? People are seeing this and they're filming it, okay? There's a lot of things that's happening right now, okay? Alright. Fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Okay? That's what I was thinking of. There was a blue one too. There was a blue one and a red one. I'm trying to think of the freaking name of it. Kachina. The red Kachina and the blue Kachina. That's what I was thinking of, okay? Now the blue one was spotted a couple of years ago, and this year is that blue spiral in the sky. Okay, that blue spiral that people kept seeing. Goodness sakes, let me type in blue Kachina first. All right, the blue Kachina. If I can find that spiral. Shows that. If I can find it, man, come on now. I found it before. They're not showing it now. When I looked it up on my phone, it showed it, but it's not showing it here. Alright, but there was like the spiral thing spotted in the sky. Okay, hold on. There. Alright. This is what they're claiming that it is, but they're liars. They're known as liars. Okay, they've been lying the whole damn time. Okay, so this right here, blue Kachina, most likely that's the blue Kachina. All right, blue spiral. Mysterious glowing spiral in the sky. Okay. People have been seeing this, okay? They've been seeing it, all right? Mysterious light spotted over New Zealand sky, all right? So that most likely is the blue Kachina, okay? Now, the red Kachina. All right. The red and the blue Kachina. This is the signs of the time that we're living in. Okay? All right. The blue star Kachina is said to be the ninth and final sign before the day of purification. All right. Now, this is the time we're living in. Okay? I don't know why they can't include both, bro. Alright. Because they're both together. Alright. So dealing with the Hopi prophecy. And, the Hopis that they show you today are not the original people. Those are vassals. Okay? They're not the original spiritual people. Alright? That be us. We are the spiritual people. Okay? All right, the ninth and final sign of destruction is described by white feather. Okay, you will hear of a dwelling place in the heavens above the earth that shall fall with a great crash. It will appear as a blue star. Very soon after this, the ceremonies of my people will cease. All right, this idea of the blue star Kachina marking the end of all Hopi rituals is reflected in the Book of Hopi, in which he states the end of all Hopi ceremonialism will come when a Kachina removes his mask during a dance in the plaza before the uninitiated children. All right. You suggested before World War III. Okay, that again, this is Gentile breakdowns. They're looking for World War III and all of these things. Okay, but they're misled. Okay, the signal for the days before this destruction is our awakening. So when you continue to dismiss our spiritual awakening, because he told you that he would awaken his people within the land of our captivity and bring back to remembrance of who we are, that is what signals the change. Okay, that's what signals that you nations are no longer in control. You Indo-Europeans are no longer in control. It's not about what you say. Okay, we are here to contend with all your lies, all your deception. Okay, what you say don't no longer matter. Okay, now the nations, everybody that's in between, they all have a choice whether they're going to continue to listen to the Indo-Europeans who set themselves up in authority over all humanity and all creation, or if they're going to cleave unto the resurrected covenant remnant that's being obedient. Okay? That is your options, people. It has nothing to do with looking to World War III. Okay? You are being misdirected. You are to be looking for the people who are emulating the attributes of real divine love, compassion, kindness, mercy, empathy, generosity, chastity, purity, all of these righteous fruits of the Spirit. Okay? Um, so they're saying that the United States will be ripped apart by war. All right. Uh, the people that refuse to hearken to this truth, they're gonna be ripped apart. Okay, they're gonna be destroyed. Okay. Not necessarily by World War III or anything like that, but they're gonna be driven off of these lands. Okay, leaving only the Hopis, leaving only the Hopis and their homeland intact. Okay? You need to understand that this is a protected land. Only the wicked people are going to be dealt with, and they're going to be ripped away from this land. Okay? The war of the end of the world is described by Waters as a spiritual conflict with material matters. Yes, this is a spiritual battle because we've been forced to live in a world that's all about materialism. Okay, live in a world that's all about building a successful life for oneself by earning physical money, building up physical material riches, building up physical prosperity, while you debase the spiritual people. Okay? While you diminish the spiritual people. That's what this whole society has been built upon. Okay? And now it's time to turn an about face on materialism and cleave to the spiritual living witnesses. Okay? Shortly after the blue star Kachina is visible to all and the day of purification is realized, they claim the true white brother is not the true white brother. All right, will come to earth in search of Hopi. All right, they're talking about our big brother Yahushua HaMashiach, and he is not white. Okay, that's a whole brother with a hair of wool. Okay, they only using white because he's righteous. He's pure. Okay, pure in heart, pure in mentality. Okay, and white signifies purity. Okay, who steadfastly adhere to their ancient teachings. All right. Uncorrupted men and women, that the earth will be okay. It is said that when a Messiah returns, and he is unable to find uncorrupted people upon the earth. This is why they work so hard to keep us corrupted. Okay, in our heart condition and in our mentality, they're constantly deflecting away from that. You think you're righteous because you keep feast days. You think you're righteous because you wear fringes. You think you're righteous because you go to church and you pay your tithes. You think you're righteous because you work hard and you earn money for a living. You take care of your children. You're doing all of these surface level things that are the traditions of mortal men. But it has nothing at all to do with your heart condition nor your mentality. Okay? Everything that's been set up in this society has been geared to deflect away from the true heart condition and the mentality of humanity. Okay? And you have been hating on the very few of us that is shining light on the heart condition and the mentality of humanity. Okay? You hate those of us who are perfect in our heart condition and in our mentality. Okay? And you want to focus upon our physical flaws. Deeming us wicked because we smoke cigarettes. Deeming us wicked because of what body we were born in and we're not acting according to our outer shell. So yes, this is why they trying so hard to make it to where when the Messiah returns, there ain't no uncorrupted people upon the earth. But they failed in that mission because I'm uncorrupted in heart. Okay, I'm uncorrupted in my mentality. No, I am not arrogant in saying these things because the Holy Spirit would not be dwelling with me if I was in arrogance. All right, and if I was corrupted in my mentality, then I would not have the Spirit of truth dwelling with me. Okay, I would not have been able to receive the reproof via the Spirit of truth. If I was corrupted within my heart condition, I would not have the Holy Spirit dwelling with me, instructing me, leading and guiding me. Okay? So they failed in their mission to corrupt All of us. Yes, at one point I was corrupted in my mentality and my heart condition. But when he sent the Spirit to revive me, I was able to receive the reproof by way of the Spirit. So I am no longer corrupted in my mentality and heart condition. He brought me from the dead into his marvelous light. He brought me from darkness into his marvelous light. 1 second. So I am proclaiming the mighty acts of him who called me out of darkness into his marvelous light. Okay? He called me out of darkness into his marvelous light. Okay? So, I am of this people here. All right? So if you want to keep ignoring me, that's your choice, okay? But you are ignoring me to your own detriment. I really wish this come on, bro. This is so annoying. Like, this is absolutely insane. The living stone, okay? Because I was once dead, okay? We were dead. This is the valley of the dry bones. So you want to keep looking at us like we're the valley of the dry bones, like we are dead. We are no longer dead. Now we're the living stone. Okay? We were a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense. We had stumbled because we had disobeyed his word. All right. And to this, we were appointed to go through our tribulation, our suffering. But we are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, to proclaim the virtues of him who called us out of darkness into his marvelous light. Okay, all of this time we were not known as his people, but now we are gonna be known as the people of the true and living God. All right, once we had not received any kind of mercy, compassion, pity, anything like that. No, for hundreds of years and generations, we have been ignored by all the nations who've been upon our lands, able to build a successful life for themselves. Okay? But now it's time for us to receive mercy. Okay? All of this is connected, people. All right? And it's connected to this blue star Kachina. All right? So he ain't gonna find uncorrupted men and women, and because we're being obedient to help all of you awaken from your dead sleep, okay, and receive his spirit, you're not going to be corrupted in your heart or mentality either. Okay, so you will be the portion of eternal benevolence if you can receive the reproof by way of the spirit. Okay, that way the earth is not going to be completely destroyed and none, being spared. Okay, there will be a portion that's going to be spared. All right. um mm, all right, now I don't care about their criticism. All right, now that was the blue star Kachina. Now let's look at the red. Why you keep bringing up the blue, bro? Quit messing with like, this is insane. I don't know why they hiding this. All right, cause it's a red one too. I don't know why they hiding the red one. All right, so anyway, they've been seeing this. Okay, people have been seeing it. I don't want to go to no random websites. Okay, I really don't want to go to no random websites. Hold on, WordPress is kind of safe. Oh, there it is. Man, that says Spyro. See, this is not the true people. Okay, that's a vassal. All right. So you can go here and read this, people. I'm not gonna go through all this. These are vassals. Okay, it's not the true people. Let me show you the true people. Okay, they replaced us by many counterfeits. Find a really old picture of the indigenous people of this land. Indigenous. And we're indigenous all over the freaking place where they have replaced us. This is an image of an indigenous woman smoking. Okay. Here's a book. That's not the one I'm looking for, but I'm looking for a specific picture because I have a really old picture of. They took a picture of us. I think I might have named it Indians. Oh, hold on. Here's another picture of indigenous Americans, but that's not old. That's not that old. Okay. Let's see here. You know, they got statues of us everywhere. They know who the hell we are. You know, y'all really need to quit playing around with us, okay? Like, for real. They telling you in the freaking movies who we are, okay? Now, one second. I'm trying to find a specific picture. A specific one. Alright, it's really, really old. Hold on. Hold your horse. This is a real photo. Alright, this is the Indians of Brazil. Alright. Oh, thank you, Father. Thank you. Finally. Alright, this here. Alright, now this looks nothing like these people that they keep trying to portray. Okay? That these here do not look anything like these. Okay? They are mixed, okay? Many of them, they mixed in with our people, if anything. Okay? These are the people that they encountered when they came upon our lands. Okay, they reclassified us as black and African American, Negro, colored, mulatto, all of these things, okay? So, you gotta quit just blindly believing the pictures that they show you of the indigenous people of these lands because they are hiding the real indigenous people. Okay? We are the indigenous people who they reclassified. Okay? Indigenous people of Brazil. Okay? We are the indigenous people of these lands. They know who we are. Okay? Alright? Now, I'm not gonna get into all of this because I got other things that I'm going into. I just wanted to show you the blue and red star Kachina, all right, because that's that fearful constellation, all right. So now, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay, civil war. Okay, for there shall be sedition among men. All right.
Sedition.
Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority. Okay? That's what I'm doing. I'm telling you to rebel. That's my freaking logo. Okay? On my Facebook. Okay? Rebel against the satanic beast system. I've had this logo for a long time. I drew this on Illustrator and Photoshop. Okay, yes, I did use the Boondocks Huey as inspiration. All right, yes, I did, but I still yet I drew this. Okay, um, I drew it and I colored it. I did all of this, okay? I put the pic there and all of that. All right, I created this, but yes, I did use the inspiration of Huey from the Boondocks. Okay, I identify with Huey. Okay, rebel against this satanic beast system. All right, so yes, I'm inciting you to rebel against this system, okay? And I'm telling you why it's time to rebel, okay? I'm not telling you to do it in violence. No, I'm not telling you to do this in violence. I'm telling you to do this in righteousness, okay? So the sedition that I'm inciting to rebel is in righteousness. All right, I'm here to cause righteousness to increase. This connects to raise up a banner of righteousness. All right. Okay, that's what I'm here to do. All right. You have raised a banner for those. Okay, I'm raising up a banner. I'm lifting up a banner for the people. Okay, I'm here to help you. All right. Victory through the true and living God. Okay? This is how we're going to get victory through the true and living God. All right? I'm flowing by way of the Spirit. I ain't had no notes. All right? You have allowed your people to go through hardship. We are staggered from the wine that we have been made to drink. Okay? Now you have raised a banner for those who reverence you, that they may flee to the bow. Okay? So, you nations think that you don't have a choice, but other than your governments, okay? You go vote, all right, for the best of the two evils because you think you ain't got no other choice outside of what this system is providing to you. Okay, but I'm here to let you know that there is a choice outside of your governments. Okay, there's another choice outside of this system. Okay, and that choice is the true holy people. Okay, so you may flee unto us. Okay, that means you are to cleave unto us. All right, and he is going to save us with his right hand. All right, that your beloved may be delivered. Okay, all who are cleaving unto us will be delivered with us. All right, but I'm raising up this banner as I'm instructed. Okay, on that day, the root of Jesse will stand as a banner for the peoples, and the nations will seek him. All right, and his place of rest will be glorious. Those who seek us, your place of rest will be glorious. You will no longer be afraid. Okay, you will be no longer fearful of what these heathens are doing. Okay, for you will know that you're going to be delivered and protected and shielded by eternal benevolence. You don't have to speculate. You don't have to guess. All right? You will know that you will be covered. Okay? Like I know that I am covered. This is why you can't force me to earn money for a living. Even though I am past 3 months behind on paying rent to keep a roof over my head. Okay? I trust in the true and living God. Okay? I don't trust in God we trust engraved on the back of that money. All right? My place of rest is glorious. Okay? I'm not fearful. So clearly I have his peace. This is what the Lord, eternal, living God says. Behold, I will lift up my hand to the nations and raise my banner to the people. Okay? We are lifting up the banner of righteousness. All right? So now, you are to help us. You are to assist us with your prosperity. Okay? That's the only way that you can help us. Nations. You can't help us with the truth. If you could have helped us with the truth, you would have done helped us this whole damn time that we didn't know who we were and we didn't know where our lands were. You would have told us the truth, but you never did. So we were given the truth by way of the Spirit. Therefore, you can't help us with the truth. You can't help us with any spiritual clarity and understanding of our spiritual records. For if you could, then the whole world would not be polluted in filth and debauchery. Nothing but vice and wickedness. You would have been helping all humanity and all creation with the spiritual clarity and understanding. But that ain't what you've been doing. We were given the spiritual clarity when we were sent the Spirit within the land of our captivity. So we are the ones that are to bring the truth by way of the Spirit. We are the ones that are to give the spiritual clarity and understanding. That is our job. Now your purpose is to do what you've been doing. But it's to be in righteousness. Okay, you worked all your life to obtain your physical money, all your prosperity. Okay, now you're to use your prosperity for righteousness' sake. That's how you can help us. That's the only way that you can help us. Okay, that's your purpose. That's why eternal benevolence allowed you to get so prosperous. Because you are supposed to be using it for righteousness. Okay? So yes, sedition, inciting people to rebel against the authority. Now, the way I'm telling you to rebel against the authority that set themselves up in authority, okay? Because, understand, their system can only be upheld if everybody continues participating in selfish ambition. Okay? That's the only way that see, all of you have been beguiled into upholding this wicked ass system over the holy people. Okay? So now, in order for you to rebel against the system, what you need to do is to begin to help the holy people. Give unto us what's being required by those who set themselves in authority over us in our land. Okay? Provide these things unto us out of your abundance. All right? Help us to soar in our spiritual mission. Okay? Begin to partake of all of this spiritual fruit. All right? That way you can grow in the spirit and in truth. This is how you rebel against those who set themselves in authority, because them people are wicked. That's the worst of the heathen. You must separate yourself from them and cleave unto the obedient covenant remnant. And I'm telling you exactly how it is you go about doing it. Okay? Now, clearly there's going to be another kind of sedition. And that's those of you that think you're going to do things in your own might. Okay, so you're going to take up man-made mortal weapons. You're going to be selfish and greedy. You're going to stockpile and all of these things, thinking that you're going to hold on to all that you have obtained your whole entire life. Okay, you gonna fight over that which you want to hold on to. Okay, so you gonna fight one another with physical swords. Okay, guns and all of these things. Okay, yes, and you gonna kill one another. All right, but the few that are righteous, you gonna rebel the right way. Okay, rebel the right way. Okay? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. That's those of you all right, who is participating in selfishness and greed, okay? You're going to be invading one another, all right? They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay? You are going to be judged based upon your actions, okay? And your final destination is going to be a accumulation of all of your actions, okay? Especially how you have been treating the tender-hearted vessels of mercy, okay? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. They've implemented that they're gonna be enforcing this real ID to where if you don't have a real ID, you can't travel on any kind of airline. All right. Um, but it says into a city. Okay, so don't know how bad it's gonna get. Understand that those who set themselves in authority, they're gonna continue to tighten the squeeze. All right, they're gonna continue to squeeze the people. Okay, it's going to get worse and worse and worse for people to be able to be free and live their lives and enjoy their lives. Okay, you've made it impossible for the holy people to enjoy our lives. You made it impossible for us to be free. So this is your judgment that's coming upon you. All you people in these lands is going to get harder and harder for you to enjoy your lives. Okay. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You're so afraid because you are without the true and living God. Okay? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. You've had no pity upon us, okay? So now you are not going to be shown any pity, all right? Y'all just going to begin to devour one another, okay? But shall destroy their houses with a sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. This is coming upon all you wicked, selfish, greedy people. Okay? Behold, said the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me. That's what he's doing right now through his tender-hearted vessel of mercy. I'm calling all of you that get the prosperity bag of Lucifer. I'm calling you to begin to reverence eternal benevolence. All right? Which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, all right, and the Libanus, to turn themselves away from wickedness and to righteousness. Understand, our scriptures have been corrupted, okay? You are to turn yourselves away from wickedness unto righteousness, all right? Um, and you are to help us soar in our spiritual mission, all right? You're to turn against your people that are against us, okay? You are to turn against the people that are against us. That includes your own family members. That includes your friends. Okay? That includes, anybody that is against righteousness. All right? You are to turn to righteousness. All right? And you are to assist us. Okay? All right? You are to assist us. All right? Now, repay us, all right? You are to help us regain our sovereignty back, help us to gain our strength back. Right now we have no might in our hands because everything has been stripped from us. Okay, I got no money, all right? I have no status, I have no clout, I got no honors of mortal men. Okay, I have no physical might in my hands to overturn my suffering. So you are to help assist me, all right, with the might that you have in your hands, which is your prosperity and even your status, your clout, your honors of men. You got to be willing to put that on the line, okay? You are to be willing to risk your status. You are to be willing to risk your clout and your honors of mortal men. That should not be more important than the will of the true and living God of eternal benevolence. Okay? You must make a choice in the valley of decision. Okay? Because understand, his right hand is not going to spare the sinners. He's not going to deliver you people that are sinners, okay? The sword that he's going to allow to go forth will not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. Now, that sword that he's going to allow to not cease is from the terrestrial kingdom, okay? That's the terrestrial kingdom that's going to be given power to destroy the powers of the celestial kingdom. Okay, the fire is gone forth from the wrath of wickedness, and is going to consume the foundations of the earth and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. Okay, all the wicked is for stubble. All right. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. I will not spare them. He's not gonna deliver you. All right, go your way, you children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. All right, this is another way of saying, come out of her, my people, so that you be not a partaker of her iniquity. Defile not my sanctuary. Stop ignoring his covenant people, his obedient covenant remnant. Okay? Stop being complacent with our suffering. Okay? Begin to help us. All right? For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he. He's going to allow them to be delivered unto death and destruction. He's going to allow them into the hands of the malevolent forces. Okay? He's not going to deliver you. Okay? For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and you shall remain in them. For the Most High Eternal God is not going to deliver you because you have sinned against Him. Okay? The only ones He is going to spare and protect and deliver and shield and cover, all right, is those who are obedient unto his eternal law of divine love, compassion, kindness, mercy, empathy, generosity, purity, chastity. You're doing justice by his covenant remnant, okay? Those are the ones that are his portion, okay? Behold, a terrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as wind upon the earth, and all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Okay? Also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. A portion of the land of the Assyrians, okay? Not all of the blessed promised land, but only a portion of the land, okay? And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. And if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then these shall be troubled, bled, and kept silence through their power, and shall flee. All right, and from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of them, and in their hosts shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. All right, everything is, they're blending good and evil in this, people. You need to realize that, okay? Just separate the good apart from the evil, all right? Behold the clouds from the east and from the north and unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm, okay? The storms increasing and all of these things. They shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth. All right, even their own star, and blood shall be from the sword unto the belly. All right, and dung of men unto the camel's hope. All right, and there shall be a great fearfulness and trembling upon the earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. All right, the only people that's going to be going through all of this wrath and fear and, all of this is the wicked, okay? And, is slowly but surely is going to continuously increase, because this is to cause you to begin to seek the true and living God. Okay, and as long as you get breath in your lungs, all right, until you cut off, until the doors of the ark is shut, you get time to begin to cleave unto the living witnesses. Okay. All right, all of this the Most High God is allowing in order to cause you to seek Him. All right, and then shall there come great storms from the south and from the north, and another part from the west, and strong winds shall arise from the east, and shall open it, and the cloud which he shall rise up in the wrath of wickedness, and the stars stir to cause fear toward the east and west winds shall be destroyed. All right. Um, I don't really want to read all of this, okay? But y'all need to understand this is the time that we're living in. All right, the great and mighty clouds shall be puffed up full of wrath, and the star that they may make all the earth afraid, all those that are without the true and living God, that is, because we got nothing to fear, all right, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out over every high and eminent place a horrible star. Okay, dang, that's coming to me right now. That horrible star, is that the star of Rampham? Okay, I think this is this here. All right, that's a synagogue of Satan. Okay, that's going to increase their um tyranny upon all humanity and all creation. All right, and only those who are of eternal benevolence is going to be protected and shielded. All right. Um. So this is the image. All right, that star of Rampham. All right. That's their thing. That has everything to do with a religion of Judaism, okay? And it's wicked, okay? Ain't nothing righteous about that. All right? Fire and hail and flying swords. All right? Flying swords is the fighter jets, fighter choppers, okay, and they're shooting one another in the skies, okay. That's flying swords, okay. And many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. Okay, and they shall break down the cities and walls and mountains and hills, trees of the wood and grass of the meadows and their corn. All right, so a lot of this is going to be happening here in these lands. Okay, mention corn. Corn is indigenous to this land. All right, and they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon. Okay, now Babylon is Rome. Okay, and make her afraid. Okay, they shall come to her and besiege her. All right, yes, Babylon. Rome and the star and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. All right, then shall the dust and smoke go up into the heaven, and all that they that be about her shall bewail her. Okay, and they that remain under her do service under them that have put her in fear. Okay, see, uh, the one see. They're gonna Rome is gonna be attacked by all those whom she beguiled. Okay, many people see, like, once they find out that they've been lied to all of this time about who the true biblical people are, where the true biblical land is, this is gonna cause much sedition. All right, this is gonna cause a lot of anger within the hearts of the people. They are gonna be angry at their leaders. They're going to be angry at the Pope, at the bishops, at the pastors, at their governors, at their leaders. All these people who set themselves in authority. Understand, the people is getting ready to turn upon their leaders. Okay? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Okay? And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon. Okay? Asia, the partaker of the hope of Babylon. Okay? Because clearly China, must have joined hands with Rome. Okay? they join hands with Rome and art the glory of her person. Okay, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom. Okay? Wow. That's all your vassals. Oh my God. Man, this is coming to me by way of the Spirit. Okay? Yes, the vassals of Rome. Okay? Uh, Asian slaves in colonial Mexico. Hold on. From colonial slaves in Mexico. Alright, colonial slaves in Mexico. Hold on, man. If I can pull it up. Where is it? Give me a second, people. Oh my God, because this just came to me. One second. Because they helped Rome by replacing us. Okay, they helped Rome by replacing us. So that this is what it is. All right, one second. I don't know why the hell it's not coming up when I type in Asian. Cause I know I have this book covered, bro. Stop messing with me. Irritating the hell out of me, bro. Hold on a second, people. I'm gonna have to see if I can find it a different way. Because I don't know why it's not coming up this way. Let me see if I can find it this way. It wasn't that dang long ago that I saved it. So give me just a moment. I gotta find this. I got to find it to show you. Alright, I've shown it before. I don't know why the heck it's being hidden now. That'd be irritating me. I'm checking, people. And soon I'm going to have to start up another one because this is getting kind of long. Alright, I could have sworn it was Asian slaves in colonial Mexico. Bro. I know that I got screenshots of this. I got a screenshot of that. So I don't know why it's not coming up. Not only do I get screenshots of this cover, okay, these are their vassals. Okay? That's their vassals that they brought over here in the Pacific slave trade. Okay? So Rome brought them over here to these lands, and they labeled them as Indians, okay? And they were given benefits while we were diminished and we were classified as Africans, okay? And they gave our lands unto them. Well, they gave a portion of whatever the lands that they didn't want, they gave to their vassals, okay? And they gave them casinos. They lifted them above us. They gave them our heritage. Okay? So this is what this is talking about. Alright? Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore says the true and living God, I will allow plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. You know, this why they're being hauled off by ICE. This why they're being treated the way they're being treated by ICE. Okay? Their destruction has started. Okay? And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. Okay? The Roman Catholic Church, all right, is going to be dried up as a flower. The heat shall arise that is sent over thee. All right? Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. All right? What I would now, the true and living God is not jealousy. Is not jealous, okay? But he's zealous to redeem us, to restore us. All right? Yes, zealous to redeem and restore us. And just by default, with our restoration comes the destruction of all the nations that contributed it to our destruction. Okay, you reap what you sow. Okay, you can't keep putting evil on eternal benevolence, claiming that eternal benevolence is jealous, claiming that eternal benevolence is wrathful, claiming that eternal benevolence is evil. No, sir, no, ma'am. Okay? You're gonna reap what you've sown. Alright? If thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thine hands, and sang over their dead when thou wast drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. Like you literally been mocking us this whole damn time. Their vassals have forwarded our affliction. All right. They constantly been asking, where's your God? Where's your God? See, we have our God as they wave their money in our face. See, we have our God as they're able to live lavishly while we're in utter poverty. See, you want to claim that I'm bitter. You want to claim that I'm jealous. I am not bitter nor envious. I am not jealous of you, for you have fool's gold. All of what you have belongs to me, and it was only allocated unto you by the abominable church who took us in captivity, and you have been used by the abominable church to hold us in this captivity and to forward the affliction upon us. So no, sir, no, ma'am. I am not bitter. I am not envious. I am not hateful. I'm simply speaking the eternal living word by the way of the Spirit. And I'm reminding you of real history. I'm giving you spiritual clarity and understanding. Okay? In order to help you. Okay? Now. The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Okay, you're going to reap what you've sown. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the true and living God, even so shall the Most High allow unto thee, and you will be delivered into mischief. Okay, you will be delivered into the hands of the devourer. All right, because that's who you've been serving this whole damn time. Okay, thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. So understand, Asia. All right, all you people over in Asia, all you people over in the Philippines, all right, all you Asians, you're gonna suffer this destruction. Okay, wherever you are, okay, you're gonna suffer because of what you have done to the covenant people of the true and living God. Your confederacy that you've had with the abominable church, which is Rome, Babylon. You drank of her wine. Okay? They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread, and thirst of water. All right? Thou as unhappy shall come through the sea, and receive plagues again. And in the passage they shall rush into the idol city, and shall destroy some portion of thy land, and consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. Okay, so you gonna return over there to Rome that at this particular time is gonna have been destroyed by fire. Okay, and thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble, and they shall be unto thee as fire, okay, and shall consume thee, and thy cities, thy land, and thy mountains, and all thy woods, and thy fruitful trees shall they burn up with fire. Okay, you ain't gonna have no place to go. You ain't going to be able to find anything of substance. Okay? All the lands in the three parts is going to be for stubble. Okay? You ain't going to be able to find no nourishment anywhere. Okay? In the Middle East, it's going to be dried up. All right? All the streams of water going to be dried up and going to become like pitch tar. Okay? Rome's gonna be on fire, okay? All your three parts is gonna be nothing but a wasteland, okay? The only land that's gonna be prosperous is the blessed holy land, okay? And the only people that's gonna be allowed in these lands is the righteous, those who are upright in heart and in mentality, okay? Those who love His covenant people, okay? All right, thy children shall they carry away captive, and look what thou hast. They shall spoil it and mar the beauty of thy face. All you vassals, you got this judgment upon you. Okay? Now, when we come back, I will get into the shepherd of Hermes. Okay? Because you need to understand, all of this is connected, people. We're going on 2 hours in this, and I'm going to give you a little bit more. We got 3 more tabs to go through, and whatever else I'm led to bring you. All right? Shalom.